Good evening, good evening. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Wanted to get on here and give my thoughts and recap of the Stardom Flashing Champions pay-per-view, and also give my predictions for the upcoming AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view tomorrow. So, I just recently finished the Stardom Flashing Champions pay-per-view, and it was quite a banger of a pay-per-view. A lot of unexpected things happened. A lot of challenges as well after matches, so that took place quite a bit throughout this entire show. But let's get into it. First off, I want to say that the great Okarn from United Empire was special guest on commentary for Stardom Flashing Champions, so I thought it was pretty interesting to see him at this pay-per-view, being that he was just in Vegas not too long ago. I think just the other day or something like that. Because he was there for AEW, made an appearance, him and Jeff Cobb. I thought that was really weird. But then, bam, he's at Stardom Flashing Champions. So, thought that was really interesting. But yeah, the great Okarn in the house. So, let's get to the actual matches. So, we had a pre-show match. We had one pre-show match. It was a 6-woman tag. It was Hina, Rina, and Ami Sourei taking on Momo Kogo, Lady C, and Saya Ida. It's kind of a weird pairing. Lady C on the opposite sides of Hina, despite both of them being in the same faction. Well, Hina and Rina are sisters, so I guess it's cool. But the match was alright. The match had a lot of chops. A lot of chops. Especially between Ami Sourei and Saya Ida. Chops for everyone, chops everywhere. This match had a lot of chops. If anything that is safe to take away from this, there were a lot of chops in this match. But, craziest thing happened. I did not think this was going to happen, but I'm actually very happy that it did. Momo Kogo got the victory for her team with a Hurricane Rana pin on Hina. So, I'm really, really happy to see that. I've been getting more and more into Momo Kogo. I feel like she's put on some good matches. I feel like she's been getting better and better. So I am actually very happy with this finish. I'm happy with this finish. But yeah, Momo Kogo gets the Hurricane Rana pin on Hina to get the victory for her team. Her, Lady C, and Saya Ida. But yeah, that was your pre-show match. But very happy for Momo Kogo. That's somebody that I've been keeping my eye on for a while. Anyway, let's get to the main card. We start off with the Future of Stardom Championship, as Hanan, the champion, defends against Ruaka. Now, this is a match that we've seen before. These two are very familiar with each other, so it's really no surprise here, the chemistry these two ladies have. But, pretty much was what was expected. Both ladies good match overall. But Hanan gets the victory with a Mahistral pin on Ruaka. And, you know, got the ultimate revenge, because lately it seems like Hanan has been getting pinned quite a bit by Ruaka in tag team competition or any sort of non-title competition. So Hanan able to get the victory where it counts the most. But, you know, in title defenses, Hanan has been very strong. She's been very, very strong, and it definitely continues to show. And if I remember correctly, let's see, how many defenses is that? I think that's 6 now. 6 or 7. I think 6 for Hanan. And then afterwards, Hanan calls out from Just Tap Out, Tomaka Inaba, who was in attendance, to challenge for, you know, her next challenger for the future Stardom Championship. So, hey, Tomaka Inaba was there. Not only was she there, but she also accepted. So, that looks like the next future Stardom Championship match we can look forward to. Hanan, the champion, versus Tomaka Inaba of the Just Tap Out promotion, which of course we got to see her not too long ago at the recent Stardom New Blood #2 show. So looks like we'll be seeing more of her very soon. So good stuff. Okay, we had a 6-woman tag match of Cosmic Angels, Mina Shirakawa, Waka Tsukiyama, Unagi Sayaka, taking on Prominence, made up of Suzu Suzuki, Akane Fujita, and Mochi Natsumi. Whew. Well, only thing I can say is, oh man, Waka Tsukiyama did her best. She did her best, and she was on fire for this match. But just these ladies of Prominence are they're just too strong. They're just too strong. And while Cosmic Angels put up a great fight for sure, pardon me, just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. These ladies are pretty unstoppable. Let's just keep it real. Prominence, we might not see them wrestle a lot, but when they do, they make it count. And this was no different. And Suzuki pins Waka Tsukiyama with a deadlift bridging German suplex for the win. But, whew, man. I feel for Waka Tsukiyama. I really do. I really feel for her. Because she's trying, and she's been getting better and better, but just cannot get that first victory. But she has fire. She has vigor. She has heart. Hopefully, sooner or later, it'll turn into a victory for her. But right now, they tried to take it to Prominence, but just was not enough. Just wasn't enough. But they put up a good fight. They put up a real good fight. Okay, next up we had the High Speed Championship on the line as Azumi defends against the Toxic Spider, Thekla. And it looked like Thekla was rocking some new ring gear. Saw her come to the ring with that white design jacket. I thought that was pretty cool. But this was actually a great high-speed match. Thekla and Azumi definitely went back and forth. Really could have gone either way. It was definitely a match I thoroughly enjoyed. But what I thought was really crazy was Azumi had Thekla in that double armbar submission, but had her arms like crossed and like twisting back. I'm surprised Thekla was still able to make it to the ropes and still get the hold broken. But oh my god, that looked painful. That looked really, really painful. But sure enough, it took a second submission attempt, which was the numero uno from Azumi, that eventually was able to make Thekla tap out. But oh my god, that cross-armed submission, that looked painful. I'm so shocked that she was able to fight through that, because that looked painful. Like, her arms were literally like bent into like a backward X, like a pretzel. Whew. That was scary. Really, really scary. But Azumi, once again, retains the High Speed Championship. And I tell you, with this being her second run, she's been looking really strong. I believe this is her 4th defense. But she's been looking really strong in her second reign. And then after the match, Momo Kohgo comes into the ring and challenges for the High Speed Championship. So it looks like we can look forward to Azumi versus Momo Kohgo in the future. That should be a good match. You know, let's see how far Momo Kohgo has come and see what kind of fight she can put up against Azumi. You know, Momo Kohgo definitely fits in that high speed category, so hey. Let's see what she can do. I'm not saying she'll win. I don't think she'll win. But hey, she may surprise some folks. May surprise some folks. Next up, we had the SWA Championship on the line as Mayu Iwatani defended against Fukigen Death. Why this is even happening, I still don't get it. But, I mean, hey, at least all the titles are being defended, so I guess, yeah. This clearly breaks the rule, but it is what it is. It's another title match, so we'll let it pass for now. Anyway, Fukigen Death tried to get the jump on Mayu. Couple of newspaper slaps. Gotta get it to give credit to Mayu for still being able to move and wrestle for quite a bit in her entrance robe. That's a pretty big entrance robe. So I thought that was pretty cool. And even, you know, seeing Fukigen Death do a little bit of high flying. I know she missed the moonsault, but it was good to see her do a little bit of high flying. If you ask me, I would say this is one of Fukigen Death's best matches as of recent. And I'm not even a Fukigen Death fan. I'm not really a Fukigen Death fan, so I gotta give her credit. This was probably one of her best matches in a long while. But we all know she won't beat the icon of Stardom. Let's just keep it real. And sure enough, Mayu Iwatani gets the victory after landing a moonsault on Fukigen Death. So, Mayu, successful defense of the SWA Championship. It'll be interesting to see what she does with the title now, because I know there were talks about her being able to go overseas and defend it. We'll see if that still happens. I hope so, but we'll see. Okay, and then after this match, Azumi, who just recently defended her high-speed title, got on commentary as well. So she joins the Great Okan and the others for commentary. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, we had a tag team match. We had the White Knights, made up of Tam Nakano and Kairi, taking on Queen's Quest, Miyu Amasaki and Utami Hayashishita. You know what? I thought this was definitely a match. I think on the card is easily in my top 3. Despite it not being a title match, this was in my top 3 favorite matches on the card. That says something. But you know what? I think ultimately, and with what ended up happening, confirms that. I ultimately figured that this was going to eventually lead to a single showdown between Kairi and Utami Hayashishita. And sure enough, it did. Sure enough, it did. Now, all 4 ladies definitely got to showcase, and Miyu Amasaki looked good in this match. She definitely looked good in this match. That was quite a spinning backfist she took from Kairi, though. Just bam. And then, of course, Kairi hits the diving elbow drop, or some people still like to call it the insane elbow, on Miyu, and gets the 1, 2, 3, and the White Knights get the victory. But of course, afterwards, Kairi indeed challenges Utami Hayashishita to a singles match. I can't wait for that match. That's going to be a great match. Now, I know that a dream match for Utami, a match that she's always wanted, is against Io Shirai. But Kairi, I could see being the next best thing for her. And who knows, maybe in the future, she will finally get her dream match against Io Shirai. I still think that's going to eventually happen at some point. Because Io Shirai, I do see as somebody that would return to Stardom before she calls it quits in her entire career. Just pretty much kind of like how I'm thinking with Kairi. I just have that feeling that Stardom is Kairi's final stop before she calls it quits for good. Whenever that will be, I could see that being the same for Io Shirai. But only time will tell. Alright, next up we have the Goddess of Stardom tag team titles on the line as the champs, FWC, Fukuoka, Double Crazy, Koguma, and Hazuki, defended against Donna Del Mondo's Julia and Mai Sakurai. Mai Sakurai supporting a new look and new gear as well. The shorter hair, the new gear. I was liking it. I was liking it. It looks good. But yeah, definitely enjoyed this match a lot. Mai Sakurai looked really good in this match. I mean, I know a lot of people say a lot of negative stuff about her, but I believe Mai Sakurai looked really good in this match. And, with her having a partner like Julia definitely helps. But I definitely thought this was a great match, back and forth. Really could have gone either way because Mai Sakurai looked very strong. But at the end of the day, Koguma gets the victory for her team with the Superfly Splash, or Super Bear Splash, because Koguma, Bear, Koguma, Kuma. Gets the 1, 2, 3, and Fukuoka Double Crazy retains the tag titles. So, congratulations to FWC. They just recently got the tag titles back, so this was their first defense since getting the tag titles back. So, yeah, good match. But like I said, Mai Sakurai looked really good in this match. All right. Next up, we had the Artist of Stardom Trios titles on the line. Maihime Poi of Donna Del Mundo defending against Oedo Tai, Saki Kashima, Starlight Kid, and Momo Watanabe. This was actually my second favorite match of the entire card. And it had the most shocking ending as well. Kind of a bummer, but it was very unexpected. But these 6 ladies, whew, this was quite a trios match. Definitely one of the best Stardom trios matches that I've seen in a while. And you know what? Oedo Tai came prepared and ready, and they definitely delivered. Now, Mai Hime Poi held their own as usually, but Oedo Tai, they came into this match strong, and they fought with purpose. And sure enough, they got the deed done. As Saki Kashima was able to pin Natsupoi with the Kishi Kasai to get the 1-2-3. The reign of Mai Hime Poi has ended, and we have new Artist of Stardom Trios champions. Great match. Definitely, like I said, my second favorite. My third favorite is, of course, the White Knights versus Queen's Quest tag match. Now, here's my problem with the outcome. Which I get it, you know, new champs, I get it. But here's my problem as it pertains to Saki Kashima. Why are we not getting Saki Kashima to get a lot of these victories, these pins in singles competition? Is it me? Maybe I'm missing something. But it seems like a lot of her pins she gets in tag team competition. Like, I just really wonder, is Stardom just not confident that she can be a singles champion? Because I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I just have this feeling that Stardom is just not confident in making Saki Kashima a singles champion. I mean, because she's never even been a singles champion. She's now a 4-time Artist of Stardom champion, and she's a 1-time Goddess of Stardom champion. So it's like, I don't know. I see her get a lot of these pins, especially with the Kishi Kasai. But it's like, she can't ever pull this off in the singles competition when it counts. You know what I mean? So, I just really wonder about that. Like, when are they going to start putting a little bit more of a focus with Saki Kashima as far as potentially putting a singles title on her? I mean, it would have been fine even if it was like the SWA title. I would have been fine with that. But it's like, I don't know. I just feel like she has a habit of whenever it's like a tag team or a trios match, she gets the pin for the team. So I don't know. Maybe it's a finisher protection sort of thing with the Kishi Kasai. I don't know, but I noticed that a lot. That a lot of her wins she gets that, but it tends to happen in tag team and trios matches. That's all I'm saying. It's just, you know, I'd like to see that happen a little bit more in singles matches and see about putting her in a singles title picture. That's all I'm saying. I also noticed there was a segment after the match where Natsuko Tora was taunting Azumi and the Great Okan with that pipe in her hand. Thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, that happened. Which of course the Great Okan ain't gonna back down from anybody, especially not even her. Anyways, next up we had the Wonder of Stardom Championship. As the champion, the Golden Phoenix, Saya Kamitani, defended against the winner of this year's Cinderella tournament, God's Eyes, Mirai. Now, first thing that I really appreciate about this match was the great amount of chain wrestling between these two ladies. Now, these two ladies definitely have different styles, but it was really good to see how great they are at chain wrestling with each other. So I really, really like that they did that. That was really cool. Pardon me. The chain wrestling was awesome. And then we just got to see, a lot more of their unique styles at play back and forth in this match. And you know something? Saya Kamitani has a lot of heart and resilience ever since she won last year's Cinderella tournament. You know? Mirai threw everything at Saya. Especially the submissions, the heavy clotheslines. She definitely really threw a lot at Saya Kamitani. But after 2 Star Crushers, missed the first Phoenix Splash attempt, but the second attempt hit a home run, and Saya Kamitani successfully retains the white belt by defeating Mirai with a Phoenix Splash. Whew, thank God. I was kind of worried. That maybe somehow, some way Mirai was going to pull it off, but thankfully it didn't happen. But I still feel like, especially now that Mai Hime Poi are no longer Artists of Stardom Trios champs, this could eventually set up Maika to eventually win the white belt. May be a while, but now that she doesn't have a title, this could be how this gets set up. But, hold on. After the match, Starlight Kid comes down to the ring and challenges Saya Kamitani for a shot at the Wonder of Stardom Championship. So, have to see how that goes. Have to definitely see how that goes. And then the main event was for the World of Stardom Championship, as the champion, Shuri, defended against Risa Sera of Prominence. Whew. This was definitely my favorite match. Let me just tell you it like this. These two ladies beat the crap out of each other non-stop. I mean, the match was brutal. Shuri even took a kendo stick shot to the face. These ladies in prominence are freaking crazy. Suzu, Risa, these ladies are some crazy chicks. But then again, you know, prominence is a death match faction. But man, these ladies are crazy. And Shuri, whew, man. I mean, these two beat the living crap out of each other in this match. Prominence got involved. Kendo stick shots here and there. Although Ami Sourei did come through and help try to even the odds a bit, but didn't last too long. But sure enough, Shuri was able to get the victory. Was able to pretty much get a choke sleeper on Risa Sera to the point where she passed out, and pretty much Prominence threw in the towel, which caused referee stoppage. So pretty much got the submission, but just, you know, threw in the towel. But yeah, Shuri retains. Now, I'm going to just say this. If Shuri withstood all of that, the interference from Prominence, the kendo stick shots, there's no telling who is going to end up dethroning Shuri. I know a lot of talk is Julia, but I'm sorry, but if Shuri can withstand all that she did in this match with Risa Sera, dealing with Prominence, only for Julia to come in later to just get the win, you know, in a different fashion that's not even like greater or equivalent, that's gonna bother me for a bit. I'm just saying, that's gonna bother me a little bit. But after this match, Momo Watanabe comes down to the ring and challenges Shuri for a shot at the red belt. Dang, so some of the folks in 08 just won a title, and now they trying to get more gold. Starlight Kid and Momo Watanabe. It's like, dang, y'all greedy. But this was quite an intense pay-per-view with a lot of action. Like I said, every belt was defended. And yeah, that main event was crazy. Whew. But another successful Stardom pay-per-view in the books. I love it. Now, before I go, I'm going to give my predictions on AEW Double or Nothing. So that'll be tomorrow. Let's see. Let's take a look at this card. But yeah, this will be at the T-Mobile Arena. Let's see what we got here. We got a tag team match. Hookhausen, which is Hook and Danhausen, versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. Well, I'm going to have to go with Hookhausen. I mean, that's a pretty easy pick. Next up, Kyle O'Reilly versus Darby Allin. This was pretty difficult to pick because this could go either way, but I'm going to go with Darby Allin. I'm going to go with Darby Allin to get the victory. All right, we got the AEW TBS Championship on the line as Jade Cargill defends against Anna Jay. And as much as I cannot stand Jade, unfortunately, I believe she will retain. So, sucks, but I got to keep it real. All right, we have the House of Black, the entire House of Black. Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, Brody King, going up against Death Triangle, Pac, Pent Obscuro, and Ray Phoenix. This was pretty tough, but I believe, if I remember correctly, Death Triangle got the best of them last time, so I think House of Black is gonna take this one. So I'm gonna pick House of Black to take this one and even the odds. Or not even the odds, but even the series. Alright, we got a 6-person mixed tag team match. So, we got Americans' top team, Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and Paige Van Zant, going up against Sammy Guevara, Frankie Kazarian, and Ty Conti. Here's the stipulation, though. If America's top team wins, neither Sammy Guevara nor Frankie Kazarian will be allowed to challenge for the TNT Championship as long as Scorpio Sky is champion. As crazy as this sounds, I'm actually going to go with team, Team America's Top Team. I'm actually picking them to win. Alright, we got this match I'm very, very excited about. Got a tag team match. We got the Hardys going up against the Young Bucks. I really hope these two teams get plenty of time, but you know something? I'm going to pick the Hardys to win. North Carolina's own. I'm going to pick the Hardys to win. But it won't bother me if the Young Bucks win. I mean, I love both tag teams. But I'm going to go with the Hardys to win. Alright, we have a triple threat tag team competition for the AEW World Tag Team titles. We got the champs, Jurassic Express, going up against Team Taz's Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, and Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. As much as I want Keith Lee and Swerve to win, I have this feeling that Team Taz is going to win. So I'm gonna pick Team Taz, but I will be cheering on for Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Next up, we have an Anarchy in the Arena match. The Jericho Appreciation Society, made up of Chris Jericho, Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, and Daniel Garcia, and Jake Hager, will take on the team of Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful, which is Santana Ortiz, and the Blackpool Combat Club, made up of Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. Of course, Wheeler Yuta is in Japan still competing in the Best of Super Juniors tournament. I am going to go with Blackpool Combat Club and Kingston and Proud and Powerful to take this one. Okay, we have the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Ruby Soho. I'm really, really, really hoping Ruby Soho pulls it off. I initially was thinking Chris Statlander would get this spot, but that didn't happen. But I'm going to go with Ruby Soho, because Britt Baker does not need this. She doesn't need this. And there's always the possibility that both Adam Cole and Britt Baker could win, which would just be kind of lame, if you ask me. But I'm picking Ruby Soho to win. The Men's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals. Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole. As much as I would love Samoa Joe to win, I'm pretty sure that some way, somehow, whether it's Red Dragon, the Young Bucks. I mean, yeah, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh are banned from ringside, but you got to remember, he's in the ring with Adam Cole, and I just have this feeling that some way, somehow, there's going to be some sort of interference that will lead to Adam Cole winning. So I'm picking Adam Cole to win. Some way, somehow. But we'll see. And then we got MJF versus Wardlow. So, here's the stipulation. If Wardlow wins, he will be released from his contract with MJF. If MJF wins, Wardlow will be permanently banned from signing with AEW. Well, there's already issues and whatnot of MJF being unhappy with his contract situation. So something tells me MJF is going to lose. So I'm picking Wardlow to win. We'll see what happens, but I think Wardlow gets the victory. Alright, we have the AEW Women's World Championship on the line as the champ, Thunder Rosa, defends against Serena Deeb. I believe this is her second title defense. Should be a great match. Should be a really great match, but I'm picking Thunder Rosa to retain. And then the main event for the AEW World Championship. The champ, Hangman Adam Page, defends against CM Punk. And, honestly, maybe this is where we finally get heel CM Punk debuting in AEW. So I'm picking CM Punk to pull off the victory, turn heel as new AEW World Champ. I think we're going to see a CM Punk heel turn before our very eyes. So yeah, that is pretty much my predictions. But also, a heads up, when I do my recap for Double or Nothing, I'll try to go ahead and recap the current standings of the Best of Super Juniors tournament, because I still have to catch up on today's and tomorrow's. So keep an eye out for that. But that'll be all for this video. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Stardom Flashing Champions. Did you see the pay-per-view? What did you think? Did you like it? What were your thoughts on it? Let me know what your predictions are for AEW Double or Nothing. Who do you think's going to win? And yeah, that's pretty much all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank y'all so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram signing off for another Pro Wrestling Talk. Hope everybody has a blessed Memorial Day weekend, and I will see y'all next time. Take care. Peace.